Hello, everyone. Today we're going to react to Cab Over Wheels. Yeah, three, two, one, let's go.
Wilbert the Forest Engine had been brought to the Fat Controller's Railway for Christmas. The austerity tank delighted in pulling special tourist trains down the main line,
This is
giving him
awesome.
a chance to really stretch his wheels. The passengers were in a jolly mood for the holidays and sang Christmas carols as Wilbert
Man,
pulled them along. To the little engine, it was nothing short of magical.
awesome.
One evening, Percy was out on the post train, so
Uh
Thomas and
oh.
Toby invited Wilbur to stay the
Oh,
night at the
wow.
branch line shed. Wilbur was good friends with them, so he happily agreed. "You're lucky to have a long line," Wilbur remarked. "Mine's only a mile and a half long, with a station at each end. It's wonderful to get a proper run in, especially
Oh,
at this
yeah.
time of year." Yes, indeed. The Christmas season is a great time to be an engine, though the passenger singing can be a bit much. Wilbur
Yeah.
chuckled. "I don't mind it one bit. The passengers are singing out of happiness, which I've found can be quite contagious." "I couldn't agree more," Toby cut in. "Henrietta and I love hearing the passengers singing their carols. There's no feeling quite like it." "There really isn't. I should know. I used to work in a steelworks. It was a miserable job. But each year around
Ooh.
Christmas, all the workers would hum jolly tunes, and they'd even put a
Oh,
little tree in our shed. It brought us all a sense of happiness, something rare around those parts." Wilbert smiled, remembering before his expression suddenly changed.
uh-oh.
Although there was one engine who still remained bitter during the holidays.
Oh,
Thomas
no.
and Toby eyed him with intrigue. Who was this engine? The engine didn't have a name, just a number.
Oh,
16. He was an old grump, never
oh.
had anything nice to say about anyone or anything.
A
No one
humbug.
exactly knows why he was so cynical. Personally, I'd put it down to a general
Man.
discontent with where he'd ended up in life. He was rude to anyone he came across, always
Oh,
dragged down the
dear.
mood wherever he went, and his work ethic reflected this. To put it kindly, 16 could never find the proper motivation, though
Okay.
most just called him lazy. Lazy and reckless. A combination that always leads to disaster. He was
Ooh.
always rough with trucks, biffing them here and there,
Oh,
sometimes
damn.
derailing them. The other engines warned him constantly. "You'll have a serious accident if you keep that attitude up." But 16 never listened, though it might have been better if he had. At the far side of the steelworks was an embankment used for dumping the excess molten slag, known as the tip. Only the lighter engines were allowed to take trucks up to it, as the ground wasn't strong enough to hold the heavier engines like
Oh,
16. Well, the careless engine never liked being told no, and had always wanted to venture up there just to prove a point. And one
okay.
cold and snowy day, he got his chance. The points had been set to the embankment. 16's
Uh-oh.
crew couldn't see the snow, but 16 very much could. He charged up the slope and onto the tip. His crew were horrified. "What have
Oh.
you done, you stupid engine? It's not safe up there!" "Pooh, I'm just fine here. Nothing bad's happened, has it?" No sooner had those words left his mouth, the ground beneath them began to suddenly shake.
Oh, Lord.
Horrified, the crew threw open the reverser, but the ice and snow on the rails prevented
Man.
16 from gripping them. He was stuck. "Help!" 16 cried as the ground gave way, and he
Uh-oh.
tumbled cab over wheels down the
Wow.
embankment, landing in a thick pile of snow at the bottom, steam pouring out of him in all
Oh,
directions.
man.
What happened then? Toby asked in bewilderment.
Huh.
16 was rescued, but the steelworks couldn't afford to repair him, so he was sent to the back of the shed. Over time, he was gutted for parts needed to repair the other engines, making
Oh,
him feel even more miserable and alone. "So, was he scrapped?" "Nope,"
man.
Wilbert answered. "He came close to it, and thought for sure he would be. But at the last second, he was bought out by some preservationists around Christmas time. They repaired him
Wow.
back to working order, and now he works on a heritage railway pulling passenger trains back and forth. He was lucky. Got a lot better than he deserved." "Oh my, he sure did. That's nothing short of a Christmas miracle."
Yeah.
"Have you seen 16 since your steelworks days, Wilbert?" Thomas asked. "I haven't," Wilbert answered. "I left
Ooh.
16 and that steelworks far behind, and I think that's for the best." Thomas and Toby could only agree. The three engines talked for a while after, and soon Thomas and Toby were fast asleep. Wilbert, meanwhile, stayed awake a little longer, gazing thoughtfully up at the night sky.
Wow.
"Yup, it certainly was a Christmas miracle, wasn't it?" Wilbert said quietly,
Yeah.
before he too closed his eyes and fell peacefully asleep.
Yeah. Okay. That is it. Comment down below what you want me to react to next, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.